Yeah, and this other thing came to my mind as you were talking about that is like it being okay to struggle.
Yeah.
Um, I One of my primary responsibilities I see in myself as both a friend, as like a human, but also I think why I do as well as I do as a psychologist is like I really normalize like other people's struggles, and I'm like, yeah, no, this is really hard. And the more I get to know them, I'm like, yeah, and I get the context of why this is so difficult because it brings back all this other stuff, and this is really just inherently challenging. That's the point. You got this. I was always the person, like, no matter how far down we were in football or something growing up, I'd always believe that we could do it. Always holding space for that for others and normalizing it. But with myself, I get down on myself.
Mm,
So much harder and easier, which is like a cliche, I feel like at this point,
sure.
us all talking about that. But once again, I'm constantly surprised by identifying some of the negative self-talk in my own head of like, oh, you should be better than this.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and that's one of the reasons why I cherish our friendship. Even though Steven, we're still building some great foundation, but even with the amount of time that I have had around you, and especially around you, Rob, is like the amount of like openness to admitting that we don't have everything figured out or we're still working through different things really helps me along. And yeah, it's something I'm trying to cultivate more and more within myself here. But yeah, it is especially tough, especially if you got some people that are in that hating role, just kind of
Mm.
making you feel like an idiot or
Hmm.
um, just not having it all together. It can be tough.
Yeah. I like just I'll throw out a plug. I would call that that thought I should be better. That's the Anakin complex. Uh and I write about that in another post I did on the true selflessness and the fall of the Jedi, and then a part two was the reality of the dark side and the call to it, or the reality of the call to the dark side.
Mm, yeah,
Anyhow, that's just a plug for a separate thing. But
heck yeah.
um, I
The
think
force is strong in that topic.
yes.